Formula. Do you understand the formula? Do you understand the formula? The formula. Formula.
Hi everyone, how y'all doing? It's been a long time, I know. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about my makeup routine and how I do it. So first, let's start with like the face, but I first have to remove my hair from my face. As you can see, I just moisturized my face. So yeah, let's begin. So first, you have to moisturize your face. I always use Biotab for anti-dry skin because my skin seems to be dry sometimes. And then let's start with the makeup I use. Of course, you guys know I always use MAC. Before I was using, that was Max Factor. So now I use MAC, the StudioFix Foundation, as you can see. It has a PCF 15 and my color is A75. It's the best. And then I also use the StudioFix concealer, cream concealer, and I use the StudioFix powder and A45. As you can all see, it's almost finished. The thing I love so much about this is that it holds a really long time. So yeah, and then I use my bronzer, it broke, from, where did I buy this bronzer from? I think it was Lancôme, yeah, I remember, but it broke, so we removed. It's a natural ombre. And then I use another bronzer. As you can see, the first one I showed was a darker bronzer, and this is a light highlighter bronzer by Isadora. It's a highlight bronzer 44. As you can see, it's the best, the bomb, I promise you. And then I use my Rouge from Chanel. Yeah, it's color 7. Yeah, it's the best. I love it. I always use it. I've used it for like a year. It's not finished yet, so let's see. And then my brows. Let's go to my brows. You know, I have a small brow, so I can never go out with this brows. I use the Avell dark brown gel for my brows. It's the best. I've used Anastasia by Beverly Hills, but I didn't really like what I wanted from it, so I think this is the best for me. And then I go to my mascara. That's Lancôme. I use the Lancôme Mascara. It's the best. As you can see, it brushes out your lashes, like just one brush and you're set to go. And the last and not the least, my primer. I never go out with this primer. It's the best. It's the best all-day primer, Face Infinity. And it has a PCF 20, as you can all see. So now let's start. So I will use my foundation. I've already moisturized my face with my cream. So yeah, let's go. And as you guys know, you don't need so much primer on your face. You just need a little. And when it comes to the Max Factor primer, just a little can give you so much. It can stay for a whole day. So I don't need so much primer on my face to get the look I want. And now my face is so dry. It's an instant primer that dries immediately. You have to like rub it thoroughly on your face because within seconds it dries. And now I just have to wait for it to relax. And then I go to my foundation. For like 1 month now, I've been experiencing some black spot due to the pimples I've had. I always try to open it like. So now this is the brush I'll use, my foundation brush, the Technique brush. I've used it for a long time now. So yeah, but first never forget to always cleanse your brush. So I always use the H&M brush makeup brush cleanser and this, and I put it on the paper just when I do it like this, and then I see. Now I have to rub it on my face. I think only a little. You know, the StudioFix Foundation, it's the best. It covers everything. With just one layer, everything is like vanished. That's why I always use little drops on my face. So let's see how. Then I need a little drop on my head, on my forehead. So. So just one layer and everything is like very good for me. I'm okay with this. So now let's see. I just need like a little drops here and here, and then I'm done. The things that most people don't know about rubbing foundation, you have to allow it to dry your face before you can start using a concealer. Most people, once they just rub their foundation, then they just rush on doing the concealer. No, you have to allow your foundation to dry first, and then you can use a concealer on your face. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds to allow my face to dry before I use my concealer. Let's see, next one. Now let's go to the concealer. And that's the StudioFix Concealer Cream. It's almost finished. But you know the thing about me, before my makeup finishes, I always buy reserve. So once it's finished, then I get the ones I just bought. So I always buy in advance. And I think that's what most people lack in doing. Like when you know maybe you're going to be broke for next month or something, when you have the money, just buy a reserve, because you don't know what the next month may be, if you have that much cash to buy MAC products. So let's go to the concealer. So I'm just going to dab it. Most people don't know about concealers. You don't need like so much on it. With a dab of this, it just gets a little, and I just use it throughout and spread it. So now I'm going to allow my concealer to like go in my skin before I can put a powder. And yeah, I don't use a setting powder like the Ben Inye setting powder where you bake your face. I've not used that yet, but for me, I'm like okay with the StudioFix. So let's see, next one. Just get some flips on the face. Okay, now it's time to use my StudioFix powder. Usually what I use, first I still use the foam. I use it with the powder first, just for under my eyes, because then it blends with the concealer if I use my brush. So I just go in. You see? Now I can use my brush. So this is how my powder brush looks like. So now I'm going to contour my face. Usually, sometimes I use my Rouge, my Chanel Rouge, because it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to use it a bit for my contouring. And then I contour my chin, under my chin, my eye. So next I do is to go back to my concealer. After getting my nose shape, I have to highlight the middle. So here and then here. And then I go to my bronzer. Then I'm using my bronzer on my nose. On to the next step, I go for my brows. So I'm going to just fix it. The brown I showed you, the pomade, it comes with a brush and the brush for the eyebrows and the stick here. So I'm just going to clean it. Never start up at the beginning, so you have to always start here, the middle.
B square. Hey. Hey. Allez. 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 Let's go. Oh, today. Oh, yes, I know what I can do.
So you can see the difference between the two. So I'm going to clean my brush again. And then do the same thing on the other brow. And my brows, the way I put the way I make my brows, it looks as if I put a concealer in it. But you see, it's a straight line. So I'll just continue with the next one. So now I'm done. Now what I'm just going to do is to conceal my eyebrows with my brush. I have another brush for my brows for concealing it. So I'm just going to close this. I'm done. I'm gonna clean my brush. So I'm just going to use my brush now, my powder brush, and try and remove the rest. And sometimes I always go back to my brows to make it darker. So, try them. I'm done. And yeah, what you guys, most times I use eyeshadows, but now I'm like, I don't use it. So most times I go for my powder on just my eyelids. It's much better. I use it as my my eyeshadow, and it lasts all day. No stress. I don't need to fill it back. So I just dab it. And then go for the other side. And then now, my bronzer here. You see the effect it gives with my nose. Like I have the pointed nose. So, I'm done. And now I just have to come, sometimes I go for eyeliners, but yeah, I have to do it. So let's see. Going to make an eyeliner on my eyelids. So yeah, and maybe I should show you first with the mascara how it goes, because when I have an eyeliner, then you won't be able to see how good the mascara is. So I'll just use it on my eye. So you see how good it is, just one brush and everything comes out. Your lashes just comes out. So now I'm going to go for my eyeliner. First eyeliner, and then go for the second one. So yeah, I'm done, as you can see. So yeah, just continuing my mascara. And then for my other under lashes here, I use a brown mascara for that. And that's this. It's what's the name? I got it from Lash Queen. That's the name. So I just use it on my lower lash. Because I think it's much better to have a so then I go for what lipstick? Should I go for red? Yeah, I'll go for red. So I use the H&M pencil. It's almost finished. It's called True Red. It's the bomb. I eat food, it still stays on it. Drink is still on it. My lips, perfect. It never goes away from my lips. And the surprising thing is so cheap. It's a matte pencil and it's so cheap. I'm like, okay, next time I'm going to H&M, I'm going to buy like 4 pieces. It costs only 50 crowns. That's about a $5. So it's really worth it. So I'm just going to line my lips and fill it in. So as you can see, I'm done with the red lips. So it's so easy with the H&M lip. So I'm just going to loosen my hair. And what up? I'm done. I don't know why my face looks so white like this. I need to get a new camera, I guess. So I'm just going to brush my hair. And as you can see, this is how the makeup looks like. I think maybe because of the too much lighting here, so you can't really see how my face looks like, but it's good. So thank you guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Na collabo, yeah. She wants some collabo. I can sing for you, you can sing for me. Yeah. She said she wants some collabo.